Yes, we were doing this free intro Zoom call because like Evie and I really both do love playing with words so much.
Okay.
And there's so much to tell and so much to say about words, about sentences, about energy, and about bringing that in the world. And in this intro, we'd love to just nudge you a little bit in this awareness, what you can do with that. You can ask your questions underneath here in the Zoom if you have any questions about it. And just because we're all making the call together this hour, so please join and participate with us today. So we did a call last year as well, and we both had so much fun that time. And next is a new year, new beginnings, and everything changed. So what is possible with words at the moment? And I'm very happy to do this with you, Evie.
Same. Well, I would like to jump in where Eleanor says welcome, and to go a little bit further. Is anybody here not familiar with the tools of access? Because we're going to use tools of access consciousness as well. And maybe for people, just a little information for people in the future that might see this, is access consciousness is a set of tools that basically lets you be aware and lets you empower that you know. And it comes with questions, it comes with clearings. So everything that we once have decided that you thought was with this specific subject, with words, creating words, creativity, language, communication, that basically it clears all the walls that you have been built, so your world is quite petite. And this is where like you function from, that basically the tools of access consciousness clears it, so you can actually have more possibilities, and that you will get to know what it is true for you, what always has been true for you. It's nothing new, it's just to come home again. So that, and I would also start with a question, because the question creates possibilities in something else. And for you guys, you don't have to answer it out loud, but you can, like, please, if you have any questions, jump in and ask. If there would be anything that you would like to have out of this class, what would it be? If you could have anything out of this class, what would it be? And everything that brings up, good and bad, right and wrong, por un poco nature's boys and youngs. So, is there anybody who would like to start off with a question? There's no stupid questions. There's no just whatever. Or we can just start chatting.
I don't have a stupid question. I have a stupid point of view.
Okay, bring it on, Victoria.
Once I decided that for me it's difficult and complicated to use words to express my energy, what I actually mean. My point of view is that there aren't words that can describe this magic, these energies, what I sense, what I would like to express. And it's stopping me actually from just being it and being an invitation for people.
Wow. Thank you. It's only for you.
Can I jump in on this one? Can I ask you a question, Victoria?
Yes, please.
So what have you decided that this expression with words and this magic with words is? That it isn't? And everything this is, will you uncreate and destroy times of Godzillion? Yes. Good and bad, right and wrong, bottom, buckle, and chores, boys and girls. What if it's not what you thought it is? So everything that you've misapplied and misidentified like creation with words and magic with words is. And all the decisions and the judgments and conclusions and computations we have of magic. Will you let that go and create and destroy that?
Yes.
Good and bad, right and wrong, bottom, pock, online shirts, boys and beyonds.
Yeah.
One of the things that Eleanor is really great at is, and I really admire, is what if you can start having fun with words and ask like, okay, how much fun can I have with words today?
Mm-hmm.
Today I was with a kid. I often work with kids who are sick, just like, you know, those day sicknesses. And I often get that they're not really sick. They want to have like a spoiling day, and I'm happy to give it. And they teach me so much. So today, like totally inspired by this call, I was asking him like, hey, what do you want to create with words? And he was like, oh, I'm going to draw a big bee. And he started like just going with it. Like this is it. Like what is fun with words? Like just that, having a big B or an A or whatever, or your name. This is what happens at toddler school. And then you just draw with it. Like, this can be magic with words. And if we don't judge what we do, what more would be possible and what brilliance would come out without you thinking of it. It just comes out. It just blurts out. You would be unstoppable.
Yeah, because, you know, how much are we trained not to be ourselves with words? You know, when you get that energy, how much are we trained to copy or you know, to write the same things as maybe, you know, what other people write, what other people do, and what you think it might be magic or it might be beautiful. And what I really wonder, and I truly want to bring that in the world, is what would happen if we will bring truly you into the world with all your energy, stop hiding, and just, like Evie said, just put the words on, you know, just start writing without thinking what other people might think about that. And in my point of view, that could be the true magic of you entering the world. So would you guys, you know, everything, this energy and everything you just heard that came up, would you destroy and create at all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And how many times in your life, and maybe past lifetimes, do you want to, you know, did you want to fit in? Writing, fit in, like Evie said, just like that, because other people that just fit in according to the measures of this society. And you never got your own energy, you know, running free in the world and everything that brings up. Will you please destroy and create that all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And I really wonder how it would be if you will bring your truly unique piece of a puzzle in this world with words, verbally or written.
Or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Drawing, dancing the words.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is there anybody, you know, who has this example maybe, you know, when writing, when you're stopped or anything like that? We're really curious about that.
Well, if nobody is going to jump in, because this is like it's knocking on the door. It is something very nice to look at. So I've heard, this is like in the very beginning, I was with Access, and I can't even remember who said it or where. Is that when you grow up in your own country, right? You are more likely to be aware where you grow up from everybody's points of views, their judgments, their decisions, their conclusions, and whatever that is going on with language, with communication, with words. So I've noticed that when I was living abroad, first in Belgium, I started writing poetry out of fun, out of boredom. And then without knowing that I was aware of everybody's thoughts about it, about like my writing style. And I made it so wrong. And I stopped doing it because I was buying into everybody's points of views. And it was most of the time, it wasn't said out loud. I was just picking it up. And what happened when I was moving to Australia, I got in love with English, and because I wasn't so much aware of everybody's judgments around the English, I got so much more ease with playing it. And when I heard that from Axis, like, oh, how much are we more aware in the country where we grow up? And that can be anything, like, and it's most of the time it's just like self-judgment, and it kills every possibility, and it kills all the joy that children naturally have. Of this kid that this morning was like, I'm going to draw a bee, and so what if we can have like a clearing now, like, so all the decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations, projections, rejections, expectations, and everything that's even fixed, that we bought from other people, will you return it all back to sender, please? Right now. Good and bad, right and wrong, fun and poker, church, boys and girls, and everywhere you bought it as yours, will you uncreate and destroy that? Good and bad, right and wrong, fun and poker, church, boys and girls.
Great. That's super. Thanks, Evie. Celine, did you have a question? I just saw the chat.
Hi. Yes, I'm going to jump on what Eva said. It's very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. And yes, for example, me, I love, thanks to Access, I love speaking English, even if my English is not so good, but I don't care. So thank you. And but the thing is, since now I've been using Access tools, I create many things, but it's getting worse and worse with I can't find a word in French, well, even in English sometimes, but I really can't find word to for example, I had a massage this afternoon, and it's a specific massage, and I had to talk about something, and after, and I just say, oh, great, awesome, and he said, but can you tell me more? And I couldn't. And it's getting worse and worse. It's a judgment, but and he said, oh, would you write a testimonial? And I said, yes, I will. And at the same time, like you said, Evie, I'm not going to find the word. No, it's not, because I can't find the word. So, and what I've been experiencing is beyond words. So everywhere, you see, so blah 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 blah. You see why I don't use word anymore.
That's amazing. You know, what pops up so much, seeing your energy. What if it's truly also the energy behind the words, whatever language it is? That's the first language. That's super. Yeah. So what was your question about that? What is it that?
Well, can I ask a question?
Yes.
The thing that really pops up is, like, have you ever asked with this, like, what's right about it?
No, that's really interesting. No.
I used to very easily have scrambled brains that with some people I would be like the most eloquent speaker and la, and I would be like so great. And with some people I would feel so stupid because nothing like me. And one of the things that I got, it's not always like that, but that's the thing, like, what's right about it. One of the things that I got is, like, sometimes people are not willing to hear what I know and what I have to say.
Yeah.
So I would like, that would be like an awesome start to like pot and poke all the judgments that you have of that, good and bad, right and wrong, pot and poke, lectures, boys, meons, and ask like, okay, so what is right about this?
Yes, I know what's right about this. Sorry, I forget it. For me, what's right about this is it's a way for me to it's a way for me, I suppose, to stop being in my mind. You know, it's
yeah, because like,
but
how much are you trying to be human with trying to make this like wrong? Because this is like this reality, like you have to say something, you have to, you know,
yes, but at the same time, you know, now and this afternoon I was doing a lot of pot and not a lot, but pot and poke, and I destroy all my old vows and all that because now is the time for me to get back my word. So so I have the choice if I want to speak or not, if I can write or not. And I used to be a journalist, not because I write great, just because I work a lot and it was crazy and I didn't have ease with that. But it's another story.
So
but
what
now,
comes up? So, okay, sorry that I interrupt you. I get that we
no.
don't need to go there. So what if you can like start asking, like, what language do you speak? What language do you love speaking?
Yes, no, English I love.
And even like, what if it's, so, and everywhere we decided it's English, good and bad, right, wrong, insurance, voicemails. Language can be anything.
Exactly.
It can be like you turned on walking on the street, you're talking, your body's talking. So what languages do you speak, and all the and everything that we decided that language is and communication is that it isn't, will we all now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and create them all times God Sibian? Good and bad, right and wrong, bottom pocket natures, boys, meows. What language do you speak?
And it's so stop making ourselves wrong, because, for example, like you said, Celine, and for me it applies as well, that we love speaking English. Since I was young, I just could very easily express myself in English because the energy and the vibration of that language is, for me, in my point of view, I don't know how this is for all of you, is very high. So I could create more with English, even though people would say, well, speak Dutch, you're Dutch, just put it on Dutch. But the energy of English was so high, even if it was not always perfect. And what if it's just the energy that, you know, the enthusiastic energy from the English language, and maybe, you know, God knows how long we know this language for. So ages. So yeah, what if we stop making ourselves wrong for that and follow the energy as well? People would hear that, the energy, whatever language.
And there's definitely, like, I love it what you say, and I keep saying it again, Eleanor, because you're so, you just are joy. And it's like when you have fun, like, this is what I remember when I was a kid as well with English. I was talking English in my bathtub. So I was making, like, I was playing characters and roles and what are you doing here and get out of here and all the things that I was picking up from TV. I didn't know what it was, what the meaning was from the words, but I loved playing with it. And then turns out that I never had that with French, and pot and pock for me, everything that is. But the English always was easy.
Yes.
It was fun.
And we have to follow the joy. We have to follow this lightness of, and also with languages. And it's amazing because what if every word we say, everything we just put in the world has its own vibration, and what if whatever you say, maybe it's Japanese or a language you don't even know yet, but the intention behind what you want to say and what you want to put out in the world, and that's by saying, I mean, you know, the spoken language is the most important thing. And if you were talking about kids and you were talking about your you know, the little boy,
Yeah.
We can talk and we can speak without even talking. So the energy, of course, and we all know that, I think, is the most important thing. And yeah, if it's for you, it's English, it's perfect. If it's a combination, it's perfect. And
that is like one of the things that I've noticed as well, when you're really being you, like you can ask like 10 different kids. Let's just take kids, like, or 20 kids or 50 kids, and we ask them all separately, hey, what do you want to create with words today? I'm sure we're gonna have 50 different things, and almost 50 will be like enthusiasm, like this or that, or I'm going to perform an A, or and it's like that energy that you say, it's an invitation for people to, like, it's like giving permission. Oh, I don't have to be in the box like everybody else. I can do that because she looks fun, and I want that fun.
Yeah, and to add something about that, and that is like being your uniqueness with words, with a written words or spoken word. It starts with kids. So these boys are all unique, and they all want to bring their unique energy in the world. And what happens a lot in this society is that nobody truly is their uniqueness with words. We're all, putting the same text or the same language over and over and over again. And we think it will create more. And I really wonder what will happen if we just stop doing that and try to put our unique words in the world, even if it's English or partly English, partly French, or whatever it is. The intention of what you want to bring in the world, what you want to write, and what you want to say, like these little children, Evie, you were talking about. And it starts happening a little bit right now because the world is changing. And how would it be if it just, will expand more and more? And what we, on this call, and people who are listening afterwards, bring in the world with our unique energies with words?
Is there any question? So there's two things that come up. That you can call it home play, that you can play with. It's like, what if you ask yourself, like, okay, so how much fun can I have creating with words today? It's a simple question, and whatever comes up, and what you want to do as well is, and I love using. I've been doing it now for 2 weeks, and it's been creating so much. Sometimes it's very fun, sometimes it's very uncomfortable, but do it, the judgment clearing. So every time that something comes up with words, well, first of all, you can, like, everywhere I'm judging myself, I now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and create them all times. Because in good and bad, right and wrong, put and pockle, interest, boys, meons. You can also do I uncreate and destroy it, good and bad, or you just say pot pok. And then you can say, like, also all the judgments I have of me in regards of words, all the judgments I have of me in regards of creating, all the judgments I have of me in regarding to creation with words. All the judgments I have of me in regards to communication, all the judgments I have of me in regards to languages. Are you now all willing to revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and create them all times, God's name. Good and bad, right and wrong, put and pockle, nature, boys, meons. And if you like, if you, for me, the judgment, I've been using that a lot, like even like still with 3 years using the tools of Access, because I used to be like, I was judging myself so harshly, like for everything. So for me, using that clearing creates a lot of space, and also like uncomfortableness, because it's like, how often is being making yourself less is your zone of comfort. It's very familiar. I'm wrong. Everybody else is better, is greater.
Yeah, and when 100 people who love what you're saying, and there's one person who doesn't, how many of us are believing that one person and judging us because we're wrong? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like people, this was like a news flash for me. Like people will judge for whatever reason, because I love judging, because it creates something, it makes them greater, it makes them whatever. And and then it's when you start using the judgment clearing, yeah, then you come to a time and a space where it will be choice to like just go ahead and jump in it. And like, for example, you created a song, or you created a poem, or you written a blog, or you made a drawing, or you made like a video with words, or whatever it is. And yeah, what would it create if you just like show it to the world and receive all the judgment? Because a lot of the times judgment can also be good judgment. Oh my God, she's so great, I would so love to be like her.
This is a very big one. Evie just says this is a very big one. For example, if you bring something in the world that's truly your energy, and you think, oh my God, I'm so happy I put it out there in the world, and like 1 or 2 people are only responding to that, for example, on Facebook, Instagram, or other people, then a lot of people go directly into judgment that it's not right. But that is exactly the point. How would it be? It would just keep on going, because exactly like you said, it could be people like, oh my God, I want that too. You never know what's happening, and then you're on the verge of a breakthrough, on the verge, just keep on going, and everything that brings up will be all please destroy and uncreate it all. Right, around, good and bad, pun and poke, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. That's the moment.
Yeah, jump in and choose. This is because today there's this 30-day video challenge again that Blossom started 3 years ago, and then it was with Stephanie. And I remember I did it, and I had a lot of judgments of me taking selfies, being seen on Facebook, and there was just like all these very mutilated amputation with weirdness around like being seen. Because I always, when I was a kid, I loved being seen, and somehow growing up, I was like a Picasso virgin, very mutilated, tra la 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 la, trying to hide, trying to pretend that I have to hide. So I started out of sheer joy and the kids thing with this challenge. And it turned out after the end of the 30 days that the thing was, because I went through it and I went sucking up the judgment, that I came to what was really true. I just love to be seen, and it was just so much fun. It was like, oh my God, I just really love to be seen. And it was such a relief. That was true. And then the rest became so much more ease to whatever on social media. Like, yeah.
That is super, Evie. I remember that when you did that. It was beautiful. You kept on going. You kept on posting these selfies and videos, and yeah, it opened up a whole new world.
And it brought up, and that was the thing. Like, and this is where it brought up a lot of judgment, and it's on those moments, and I'm saying this as much to myself, and it's not only with words, with anything. If you are like choosing bigger and you go through it, you fuck your ass, all that stuff that's kept you limited, like kept you in that limited version of you, will come up and will pop up. And this is the moment where I love the tools of Access Consciousness, because they work and it's faster. You use the tools. You're like, okay, all the judgments I have of me now, good and bad, right and wrong, boys and beyonds, and you make a commitment. You commit to yourself to at least one day, 1 week, or 1 month to pot and poke everything that comes up.
Yeah,
and keep going and see for yourself what that will create. What that will change.
And Bianca is asking you, what did you do, Evie, with all the judgments you get?
Pot and pop, and keep going.
And also what I see you doing, and me as well, is just keep on receiving them. What if you just, lower your barriers and just, okay, thank you. That's a judgment, because for every judgment, there's a lot of fun, a lot of money, a lot of excitement as well. So just keep on receiving them without any resistance.
And one that comes up as well, and we keep forgetting that one. We learned it in the bars class. 99.99 of your feelings, thoughts, and emotions is not yours. So how often do we forget to ask that question? And because I know with Facebook, man, all the stuff, all the judgments that I pick up there that you would so think, because it's so intense and it's so real, you would think it's yours. And it's just I don't know how many people are on Facebook. We are aware. So how aware are we?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Especially on that one.
That is a big, if you want to try, and if you want to have some fun with all the judgments, go on Facebook all day and put things on there.
Yeah, for me, I had to for a while to see the difference. That was my little commitment to myself to wake up. And before, my first routine was put on Facebook, which I wake up, I'm aware of everything. And then I put on Facebook and I was like,
yeah.
And if you're not really very present with it, it's so easy to buy it. And I made a commitment to no, the first thing that I'm going to do when I wake up is have a scan with my body, check into the earth, check into creations, and start there with the energy, then rather with the energy from everybody else, which is most of the time it's pretty poo and heavy and dense.
Overwhelming. Yeah, and I'm very happy you bring this topic up. I'm very happy because what Facebook also does on Instagram, and we're all in Access Consciousness, I think all the people here, is a lot of classes are posting a lot of also pushing energy, a lot of things, coming on, and when we're talking about the words, I don't know if you see that happening without any judgment. It just is that a lot of the same words are being used for classes, a lot of the same for a bars class, because people think, oh, interesting, Evie does that, let's write the same text, or Eleanor does it, or Lonneke, whatever, and that is also, so we're copying. So what if you can outcreate and be far greater than everyone else within, who's also doing bars or whatever, with your own words? Because within bars or within Access Consciousness or within every class you want to present, you can put your own energy and your own words in there. I just want to give you a little bit of nudge on there, because there's so much possible with that. And I know you all guys, you all have your own business, and most of you here on the call maybe later. So what if we stop copying or even using what's right for you and just putting in your energy and your words in there, and be much greater and bigger and receive all the judgments.
I actually have a tool coming up for that, Eleanor.
Oh. It is so good with tools. Tell us.
And this came up with the Global Foundation as well. It's simple, and you can use it for everything, and you can use it for this right now. So what energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to be the brilliant wordsmith I truly be? Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and poco, nature's boys me on. So a wordsmith is whatever it is. It's creator with words. And a smith it's whatever, yeah? So what energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to be the brilliant wordsmith I truly be? Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and poco, nature's boys me on.
Yes.
It makes me laugh.
Yes. Because we all have a wordsmith inside us. Nobody's like us. We do know words, that don't even exist yet, which are in us. We don't even know. There's so much possible. This clearing is very nice. We have to put them, all the clearings we will send you. A couple of them.
Are there any questions? Who would like to ask a question or something that comes up? Whatever. If you could get anything out of this class, if we already stopped and we think we already received everything from this class we can receive, can we unplug that and start again? If you could get anything out of this class, anything, what would it be?
Yeah.
To be magic with words.
Yeah. Yes. So Celine, are you magic with words?
But no. I don't have words, so.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, but that's why I like your topic. Yes, what we take.
You know what? Because I could really sense. I don't know if you guys do that too, but I can always sense your energy online on Facebook. I really do, because people sense your energy, your true self, and the enthusiastic. Could you acknowledge that? Can you?
Yes, but like you say, oh yes, because people told me, I see you all the time, I'm fed up. I'm not going to be your friend anymore. And I say, yes, go for it. I don't care.
They're not your tribe, Celine. God.
But the thing is, like you said, and we did have this discussion, I don't know, last year or maybe the year before. I'm still there, copying everybody because I don't have words, so it's easy for me. Thanks to Access, because we all use the same language.
Yeah.
So in one way, for me, it's easier because I copy. But I use all the words we all use. You know, even if. But for me, it's great because I can't find words, so now I can find words because we all have the same language.
I mean, but does it work for you? Does it work?
But it works because I don't have my own words.
So that's cool. So, you know, it works because, well, that's how I see it, is what if it works because you have your energy in there as well, which is, you know, your Celine energy. And I think that's the difference. Okay. People can feel and sense it. So if it works for you, keep on going. If it doesn't work for you, ask us.
It works for me in Access in this, but you know, in the real life, I just say, great, awesome, great, awesome. Yes, can you say?
It's amazing.
Not really. I don't have words. Yes, but can you say something? No. So it's very limited. Bon.
When they ask what you do.
Sorry?
When they ask what you are doing.
No, because this afternoon, and sometimes with my clients, I don't. I'm not in judgment of myself, but like I told you before, now is the time to stop that shit because you know I would like to have the choice if I want to speak, to find my words or not. And for the moment, I can't find my words. So even with some clients, I want to say something, it doesn't come, and I'm laughing. It's okay, but I'm a little bit limited. Bon.
Can I ask you something, Celine? Are you speaking other people's words, or are you speaking your own words when you talk?
I would love to speak my own words.
Yes, because I got a little bit of awareness. What if if you tune in, just, put your hand on your heart and on your stomach and try, tune into the real you, the words would flow out more easily because those are your words. Poke everything that is, but that was the awareness. Are you speaking your words or are you speaking other people's words? Which is not a wrongness, but it could make it easier for you if you try that. What are your words? What do you want to say?
Yes, it's like I don't. And
can I jump in here?
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Celine, how aware are you of the words that they can hear and the words that you know is possible?
For me, it's like there's no words anymore. I can't find the word, even simple words. Very funny.
So, and then this is what, like, so what if, like if you look at, if you, with animals and kids, how much communication is there unspoken? Like, sometimes I work with kids, like the small ones, there's almost no communication. We say so much and I fucking love it. It's ease. Sometimes when I use words, it wears me out.
Yes, I prefer no words, in fact.
So what if you can, like, just ask? It's so true. This is one of the reasons why I love being around animals and in nature, because people are like blah blah blah, and I'm like, you get tired of it like all the words and their energy, and it's like unnecessary because you don't really require it and they require it, and you're like blah blah blah. But what if you can, like, use a question of especially when you in your business, right? Because it works for your clients and your business that there are words.
Yes.
So what words can you use here? So what if it's a capacity, and what if you can, like, ask, like, okay, so what words can I use here that they can hear?
Yes.
That will create the change that they are after. And then it doesn't really matter whose words, but just the words, and that relationship with your client, what words do they require to hear? And then in your own time, you can pick and choose who you hang out with and talk to.
Yes. I have that, because most of the time the words, I have the words. Well, it's very paradoxal, I'm sorry. Most of the time it goes out and they are surprised, even me. And sometimes I can't find words. So it's kind of...
You know what when Eleanor was talking to you, and you said that very well, like, yeah, I see everybody on Facebook, I have the same. And what I would like to add here with you, Celine, is like, when your graphics are so awesome, your graphics speak greater than, like, words. You have to think about it. Words, how much fun can you have with words? Yes, but think about, like, words, there's a lot of energy and judgments from, like, past lifetimes and cultures, and sometimes words can work confining. And this is where Gary and Dane, especially Gary, is very brilliant in, like, using the particular words to create a change, right? And they don't have any control. They don't have any invested in the outcome with the words. They just, like, whatever works, yeah? And that's just words, because it works for this reality. Yeah, we need words for this reality. We most humanoids, if I look at me as well, like, you can
Definitely
get a lot of things done without words, right?
which is needed.
And one of the things that you can, like, so what are you already being with communication that you haven't acknowledged yet? And everything that doesn't allow you to be, perceive and receive that. And can you go in your barriers? Good and bad, right and wrong, bottom, buckle, and choose boys and beyond. That's a really good one when you're in judgment. What am I already being, and what am I already creating with words that I haven't acknowledged? Good and bad, right and wrong, bottom, buckle, and choose boys and beyonds. And I totally lost what I was about to say.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, your graphics. I love your graphics. The energy, for me, the energy speaks. It's like a soft, peaceful, caring, nurturing energy, and there's playfulness in it. There's so, and it's even like, I'm defining it with all the words that I'm using it. It's like so what if you can start acknowledging that? I usually, when I create graphics, I usually start with pictures, or sometimes I have a word popping up and then I go into pictures, and then pictures do the rest. Sometimes I have an idea for a creation, and then I'm like, okay, I get energy. Okay, this picture, and then the words come.
Yeah. Because, you know, how much do we write or say too much? Sometimes less is more. Less is much more, by even only a few words, or just a graphic with a few words. We'll say 1,000 words. That's a saying in Dutch. I don't know how this is in English. Just and what if we stop making ourselves wrong because everybody else says so many things and so many words? Maybe in this case, Celine, is you know, for you it's better, and you know, to use, you know, few words, or for everyone it's different. But you know, it's not, we don't need to, because I sometimes I catch myself writing too much, or want to to know that, oh, other people hear me, so I'm just saying more and more, and then everything, you know, shuts off. You know, as soon as I got aware of that, I think, oh my God, okay, you know, after the first 2 sentences, it was okay to stop, for example. Oh, yeah.
I love what you say, Eleanor, with the less is more. Like, what one word could you use here to change this? And I would like to introduce, like, have you ever heard of Katusha Zakovinic?
Yes, of course.
So she has this thing with more ease with languages and communication. So I've been hosting that as well. And there's definitely tools that I've been using here that comes from her that made me blow my mind. And like, she's brilliant as well with like more ease with languages and communication.
I did a class with her.
Yeah. Yeah. What one word?
Yeah. Well,
can I use here to that people need to hear, that people require to hear, that will change whatever we desire to change?
And you know, to add up a bit of that, because I do a lot of naming also for people who want to have a name for the company, and most of the time, a lot of the times, it's only one word for the name instead of a whole. And I was honest, I was making myself so wrong for that, because it's one word. I could see it just in front of me, and so huge and so big, and I just knew it would create magic, but I let myself stop because I thought it can't be right. It's only one word. I need to put more in there. And now 3 or 4 years later, I see that word everywhere. Because how much do you know yourself already? You know, yeah. So I would love to also address this question from Bianca as well, because she's writing in our chat in Dutch.
Yes.
So I'm trying to translate this in English. Bianca, are you still there? Oh, she could not talk, but she said, yeah. She says, oh, there she is. She's very strong in one-to-one conversations. And she says, that's a judgment. But, you know, for example, in a group, or when I'm with a lot of people, I don't feel very comfortable, or a step behind. And I just, you know, keep on watching the people without saying or doing anything. And she's wondering, how can I find the words better, and how can I feel much better within a group, something like that. So yeah, so Evie, could you jump into that question?
Yes. So
thank you for the question. Beautiful.
Well, first of all, okay, I'm here again. It's a simple one. Who does it belong to? So how many people are you aware that are, it's not like, so what people say and what people really are is most likely never the same. So even though it looks like everybody's like la 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 la, how much are you actually aware from everybody's feeling insecure, unpleasant, don't want to be there, yada yada yada. So that, like, everywhere you bought that as yours, will you return that back to sender with consciousness attached? Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pockle natures, boys and men, everywhere you bought it as yours. Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pockle natures, boys and beyonds. So that's one thing. And one other thing that you can look at as well is, so everywhere you have decided that you have to be comfortable and be great in a group. Yeah, good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pockle natures, boys and beyonds. So do you have fun being in big groups? And that would be something for you to look at. And maybe it's fun. And maybe you can for me, big groups, when I go to Wervik, my hometown, big groups there, it's like after an hour, my whole body hurts. It's people with, like Eleanor says, like low vibration, and they have like 1% that they can receive from me. And I was going with my niece to a kids disco on Saturday, and I was all day working with my family, which was fun. They gave me free reign to create in their business and stuff. And then I went to my grandma, where there was like, she receives me 1%. And then I went to the kids disco, and I had all these people that I used to know, and they all received me like 1%. And I was so uncomfortable as fuck. And I was like, okay, so it's a choice. First of all, you can look at, do I want to stay here? What other choices do I have available? And one tool that is actually from Shannon is, what's my window? And what's my window is basically asking like, okay, when is the time I need to be out of here before I start to mutilate myself, so that afterwards you're gonna have to work on you? It's a great question. I use it with my family. I don't always honor it, and when I don't honor it, I don't honor me, and I always know. So that's a few things to look at, and everywhere you have like decided that you have to feel great in a group. Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pockle natures, boys and beyonds.
Yeah, Celine says something very, very interesting also about this, actually. She says, it's so funny how people are not congruent with what they say. This gives me a lot of information about them. Oh my God, you are the only one. No, this is hilarious. It can also happen in groups. You know, what are you aware of, Bianca? People who are not congruent with what they're saying, and you pick up all their thoughts, feelings, and their emotions, and they say something different.
Yeah, and that's again like so pot and poke everywhere you judge you, yeah, and pot and poke everywhere you judge you in regards to being in a group and being with people. And then it's like, then you're gonna have to be honest and ask yourself, like, so what is working for me, and what choices do I have available here? For me, big groups, I love going to access classes in big groups. It's totally different energy, and people are there for a different possibility, and to get out of everything that we ever decided and all the insanity. But this is so true. When you are like with a group of people, with people that most likely won't receive you. And this is something that I ask for myself. I don't know why, but I've started asking like how much, because I started feeling pains in my body, and then it was a question that came into foundation, like how much pain is in your body, of your body's awareness of how much the people are not receiving you. And does that work for you? and then you can like mold it again, like, does these group people work, and what does work for me, and what people work for me, and then you can start more questions, like, and every time that I notice when you meet people, is it going to make me money? And it's not about the money, it's about you having an awareness if it's going to contribute to you, is it going to contribute to your body, and is it going to contribute to your everything that you desire to create. So you're living your life, you're living. And then you can still choose whatever, but if you ask the question, then you will know. And this is how it basically works. The more you choose what works for you, the greater, the more the universe will deliver you all these things that you're choosing.
Yeah, because that is true for you. Yeah, because how many times are we putting also other people above us, also in groups, unconsciously also? Oh, making people greater than you are.
That's my bunny.
Oh, Miss Daisy. So yes.
Oh, yeah. I love it. You know what just came up to me with what you say, Eleanor? How often are we like just putting up with people?
Oh my God, you know, it's only since the last couple of years I don't put people above me all the time. I used to do it. I always thought people did know more than I did, and that killed everything. Like it killed my inspiration and my ideas and everything. Is, you know, and as soon as I came to the point, that's actually what I know myself is also very nice. It's maybe much better than all of them, but that's a big thing in groups as well. And it can also come up very unconsciously. It brings up things. So you can pocket all the time in groups. So when you pock, it just clears it. I use a couple of clearings, Evie, you said. We can put them in the record.
I'm already forgot by now.
Yeah, me too. I would say
watch the replay, please.
Sorry. Yeah, we wrap it up soon.
And we are already like on an hour, so I would suggest, is there any more questions before we wrap it up? Are we good? Are we great?
Yeah.
Are we great? Are we any lighter now?
Or a little bit fried.
Cool. And yeah, get your bars run.
Yes, and it was great to have you all on the call today. It was just so fun to talk about this topic, and of course there's so much more to say, and there's so much more to do, and there's not to do within 1 hour, but that's for a future. That's for the future.
Yeah, if you feel like more and diving deeper, we're going to do from next week, every week, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 calls on this. And even for me, I'm curious, and Eleanor, we talked about it. We are curious where we are going to go with this, and what the call wants to create with us, and what words want to create with us.
Yes.
So if you're up for more and deeper, and we're gonna do like a group, a Facebook group where you can like play and ask questions, and we're gonna share homework, and
we just dive deeper also in the how can you do more magic with words, and how is that possible? Share more tools, and just have fun. And only if this is, the intro only, that's also fine. And we're just, I hope we gave you some more awareness, and we all did it together. I love the energy. And I cannot wait to see you guys putting this energy in the world.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
And thank you. Yes, thank you. I don't know if I said it. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Bye.